Did you use any technique, or how did you convince to make the other faculty members comfortable in actually recording?
But I can tell you how I became
Yeah.
comfortable. No, first of all, I am not fully comfortable even now.
Yeah.
But I had a really wonderful PRA, who was an
Okay.
exchange student who had come in from Sweden, and then she helped me with that.
Okay.
So she would stand behind the camera and say, smile. Because you
Okay.
forget to smile, right?
Okay.
When you're doing this,
That's
you
true.
get very nervous.
You get very serious.
So that was a technique I used.
Okay.
But I think there were other things. The challenges were like, what color of dress would you wear? And how conscious are you about how you appear? How do you speak? All of this became very important. I remember there was one faculty who came into the studio, did the recordings, and it did not turn out really well. So I had to go back and tell that person, maybe you have to dress differently, maybe you have to do something else. But the beauty of this whole thing was that, and I think our team would support it then. Even the cameraman would go up to the faculty and say, well, you don't look, suitable enough for this. Change your shirt or change something or speak differently. So we had a very egalitarian setup here, partly because nobody knew how to do this. So everybody was an expert in their own field, right? So this was probably a place where the faculty felt completely at sea. In a class, you are the sage, you are the big guy.
You have the control over the entire thing.
Here you come in and you just realize you know nothing. So I think we really had a good team that way. I think it was quite, it was a relationship between equals in my view. At least in the studio. It certainly worked.